So in this video, I'd like to talk about worst sorting algorithm ever. It's called slow sort. What it does is, it is based on a really interesting paradigm. So we all have heard of a paradigm called as divide and conquer, in which we basically divide a problem into a lot of sub-problems and then we basically try to optimally find a solution. So it's like basically divide and conquer paradigm. Instead, this particular algorithm, it is slow sort. It is based on another paradigm, which is like a very punny take on divide and conquer, and it is called as multiply and surrender. Right. So a very classic example of this is how we compute Fibonacci numbers using recursion. So in that, what we do is basically, this is how the code looks like. Like, you have a function called fib which takes in n, and then you do like your base condition, like if your n is 0 you return 1, if your n is 1 you return 1. Otherwise you just take the summation of n minus 1 and n minus 2, basically calling the functions recursively. If you see, this could be very easily done using an iteration, but instead what we chose recursion, in which we are actually multiplying the function executions without actually gaining optimality out of it, right? Because it is doing a lot of computations which are repeated. So we have typically multiplied our problems, right? And then we are basically surrendering to execution because it is now limited to the max size of the stack that we have and all. So although when we see a problem being divided into multiple halves and we trying to solve it, it's not really always optimal. This is evident from this example. So the idea behind slow sort is like, it is really very similar to merge sort. So when you look at code, you'll see like there is just 1 or 2 lines of changes here and there. But the way slow sort operates, it's like really interesting. So what they do is, the idea behind this is very simple. It tries to delay sorting as much as it can, right? So like do it at the very last. Like, that's the basically that's the main idea about it. So the core algorithm is like similar to merge sort. You basically sort the first half, you sort the second half, but instead of the merge step that happens, in which you create, or you basically create a merged sorted array out of it, what the slow sort algorithm does is, it just takes the highest of the both half, which obviously after sorting would be the last element of the individual half, and just places the highest of all at the right of the right half, right? So just placing one element at the correct position after sorting both the halves. So instead of doing one very simple merge, what it is actually doing is, it is just placing the highest element at the correct position and then recursively invoking the same function for my n minus 1 array. So since the highest element is at the correct position, it will recursively call the function for the first n minus 1 elements, right? This is the idea behind slow sort. So let's do one thing. Let's quickly code this thing, and it will obviously help you understand things a little better. So here what I have is, I have an array called numbers. It has number 3, 4, 2, 6, 7, 5, 1, 0, 9, 8. It's basically numbers from 0 to 9 arranged in a random sort of order. And I have actually invoked a function called slow sort and then printed the numbers. So when I invoke slow sort, it is right now doing nothing. I'll just quickly run, and I have basically, since it does nothing, so my array is printed as is. So the idea behind this is, again, what we'll do is, we'll invoke a function. So we have written a function called slow sort, which takes in the array numbers, and it will internally invoke a helper function called underscore sort, which would take care of the entire recursion part. So what I've done, it is similar to merge sort. I've taken this array, I've taken the start index, the end index, so 0 and len of array minus 1, and I pass it to my underscore slow sort function. Now here would be our core business logic. So as I said, it's very similar to merge sort. So what we want to do is, we want to first compute the mid of the array. It is nothing but start plus end by 2. Since this is Python, I don't really need to worry about integer overflow. Otherwise I could have done is start plus end minus start by 2 and all, but since this is Python, it's cool. I have the mid. I'll have the, so then I have to recursively call the same function on the first half and the second half. So I'll invoke slow sort on the first half, which is from start to mid, and my second half, which is typically mid plus 1 to end, right? Now after this step, I'll have my both the arrays or basically both the halves as sorted, which means that first half is individually sorted, second half is individually sorted, and what we want to do it is we want to just place the highest number at the correct position. So highest number implies the rightmost number of the first half and rightmost number of the second half. One of them would be the higher, whichever one is the higher goes at the right of the second half, right? So basically swapping if needed. So what we'll do is we'll check if array of mid, which is the right of the first half, the highest number in the left sorted half, and if this is higher than array of end, right? In case my highest number lies in the first half, what I'll have to do, I'll have to swap. I'll do array of mid comma array of end to be equal to array of end comma array of mid. So I just sorted, I just swapped the two elements if required. After this step, what I'll have is I'll have the highest number at the last position, right? Now what I have to do is I have to recursively call this function, and for what? Since I have one element at the correct position, what I have to call it is I have to call on n minus 1, right? So since I have the last element correctly placed, I'll recursively invoke function for the rest of the elements, right? And one base condition at the top which says if my start is greater than equal to end, I don't really need to do anything, right? This function is actually very similar to merge sort, because just like everything in merge sort, only these two lines have changed, where instead of calling the merge operation on two sorted list, what we are doing is we are just placing the highest element or highest number at the correct position and then recursively invoking the same function. So now let's run this function again and see. Now see, if you see, the numbers 0 to 9 are printed in ascending order, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this is exactly what the slow sort is, right? In which the logic is very simple. We are multiplying the problems into a number of sub problems and delaying the sorting part as much as we can. Okay? This is why it is also called as a pessimal sorting algorithm, not an optimal sorting algorithm, but a pessimal sorting algorithm, which delays the sorting as much as it can, right? And why is it really that bad? Is because if we do an asymptotic analysis of it, the lower bound is, so we know that merge sort complexity is n log n, right? The asymptotic analysis of slow sort says that its lower bound is n raised to log n, right? So for a sufficiently large n, the best case of slow sort would be worse than the worst case of bubble sort. Like it would be worse than bubble sort, like worse than n square, right? Because if n is if n is actually sufficiently large, the complexity is n raised to log n. So the recurrence relation of this is t of n equal to 2 times t of n by 2, basically calling the same function for the first half and on the second half, then recursively calling for n minus 1 element, so plus t of n minus 1 plus a constant step where we are doing swapping. So given this recurrence relation, we can find out that the upper bound or the big O, or basically this algorithm runs in big O of n raised to log n. Like it's so worse. But yeah, basically this is what the worst sorting algorithm looks like. It's called slow sort. But usually people say that BOGO sort is much worse than slow sort. The BOGO sort is like really weird, but the idea is the idea has to be given credit. What it does is, the idea is simple. What it does is, while it is not sorted, so basically while my array is not sorted, do a random permutation on the array and see if that's sorted or not. So so in the loop, what we'll do is, while we'll check if the array is sorted or not. If the array is sorted, then we are set. If array is not sorted, we would do a random permutation of the array, right? So an average case of an algorithm like this, basically BOGO sort, will be order of n factorial. But the worst part is that its worst case is unbounded. So typically this becomes the worst sorting algorithm ever. But if you see, this algorithm is unpredictable, because you might have that upon first permutation itself you might get a sorted array, or you might basically never get a sorted array after doing after doing infinitely large number of permutations on it, right? So since this is unpredictable, this is not really pessimal, right? It is not really, it was not really fun to implement it, right? But why slow sort is so good, or why slow sort is so good to be bad at, is because slow sort is deterministic, right? So at every step we are sure that we are making some progress towards sorting, right? Because at every step what we are doing is we are placing the highest number at the correct position and then recursively invoking, or basically recursively calling the function for the n minus 1 element, which means at every step we are making some progress. This is what the good part of slow sorted. So that's why slow sort is really clever in being worst at sorting, right? So I have actually written a very detailed article about this. I'll link that in the description below. I had shared it in my newsletter. So if you guys like like to read about algorithms like this and want to learn about it, go ahead and subscribe to my newsletter. I'll put the link in the description. So yeah, that is it for this video. If you guys like the video, give this video a massive thumbs up. If you guys like the channel, give this channel a sub, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a ton.